know.
Maybe I'll just have one of those like those Magellan hats on. You know, one of those explorer hats.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You know,
awesome.
like I'll have to find some outfit.
As he gets ready to go to Istanbul.
Istanbul, Constantinople, cuz leaving on I don't know, Friday or Saturday, whatever. I'm kind of lost on the days, but yeah, getting ready. Yep. Been doing
I
my
gotta tell you,
doing
I
my
am
research
so
here.
excited for you to go back to the beginning of civilization.
Yeah. This is like the trade routes, man. The trade routes. Marco Polo, they all went through there. You know, trying to find China, trying to get to the spice trade, whether they were going around the Cape of Good Horn in Africa or where they were cutting through to Constantinople. This is the foot traffic was going right through there.
I was with people last night that are big Quizzo players. One is been on Jeopardy, did pretty well. And I said, "You ever hear of the Bosphorus Strait?" Nope, crickets. I felt like a genius. I was like, you don't know about the Bosphorus Strait?
Really?
Runs right through Constantinople. Come on. Thanks for making me
connect the
look
Black
smart,
Sea.
Baldy.
You're connecting Asia and Europe right there at the Bosphorus Strait.
Yeah, you kidding me? Like, so what are your plans? You're going to go to Constantinople? Where else? Like, where you're going to stay in that region?
Like Bodrum. I think we're going to Bodrum. You know, there's a couple of people who are like throwing me ideas and stuff, but you know, Bodrum is sort of, you know, the yachter's paradise world. It's like it looks like the Mediterranean. You know, people have been going there.
Yeah,
it's a good lifestyle there. Good water. We'll check it out.
Yeah, no, dude, that's going to be awesome. Like, what a great trip! Great trip.
Yeah.
Before we get deep into football, I wanted to bring this up to you before, Baldy. I know you're a big Magellan fan. Are you aware there's a film in the theaters right now about Magellan? It's getting really good reviews. Yeah, it's 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I did not know that. I know, I read The Circumnavigation of the Globe. That was a book that was basically hidden for like 150 years, got rediscovered. Pigafalo was Magellan's personal secretary that traveled with him. Magellan never made it. He died in the Philippines. That's why it was named, the Philippines after King Philip. They were honoring Magellan. But Pigafalo wrote the book. He put all the notes together. He was one of the few survivors that made the entire circumnavigation. So it's, Straits of Magellan down there, in between South America and Antarctica. Like that was the passageway to the Pacific. So that's like, I would love to see it. I'd love to just see like where they start Magellan's journey in this documentary. But I gotta go find it.
It's not a documentary. It's a film. It's a Portuguese film.
Oh man!
Yeah, it's showing at like art houses, like the Ritz in town's got it.
I'm stoning on Magellan.
Well, here's the whole controversy: is Magellan is Portuguese. He can't get commissioned by the Portuguese government. He gets commissioned by King Philip in Spain. So half is, Portuguese and Spanish, you can imagine, like it's just a war. So like nobody really trusted anybody because they had a lot of Spanish, just sailors on board, and so it was like the whole thing was from the beginning. It was kind of claustrophobic like that.
Well, that's like it's funny, right? Columbus was commissioned by Spain, right? Like Spain. Look at back in the day, like they peaked. Portugal was a powerhouse in the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, Vasco da Gama was Portuguese. He discovered the Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah.
Balboa. Like I did my history of the explorers now, because I know I was on one of those ships in a former life at one time.
You were definitely definitely that. I'll give you a quick trivia question. Turkey is strategically positioned, as you know, between the Mediterranean, the Aegean, and the Black Seas.
The Black Sea.
It shares borders with 8 countries. Give me 5 of them.
All right, was it bordering Albania?
No.
No, it's not. Okay. Let's see.
Romania.
No,
that's not. It's in a different area. I'm going to fail this test here, cuz.
Oh no. I want you to think about it real quick. Think about the Middle East where it borders on one side, and then think about the Mediterranean, like you said, on the other side.
Yeah.
Like you'll know it. Like I know you know it.
Yeah.
Like
Just
think
trying to think.
about like the gateway to the Mediterranean and the countries that would come up in the
Yeah.
Mediterranean.
So you got to go there. So
Next,
like Croatia, does Croatia touch
close. Like Greece,
Greece? Yeah. Okay.
Bulgaria,
Okay.
and then you got Iran, Iraq,
Oh, you got
Syria,
the Middle East.
and then Georgia, and you were thinking about Armenia.
Yeah. Armenia, not Albania. Armenia.
Yeah, you were there.
Okay.
I knew you were at Armenia. And then I never heard of Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
No?
No. Have you?
That was all
Yeah, I see them.
that was all part of Russia, the
Yeah.
USSR. And then when that broke up, like all those countries broke away.
Yeah.
Now, I respect Baldy in this sense because he could have just like acted like he was thinking and turned around and looked at the map behind him. But nah, he took it on the chin. He's like, I'm not gonna get it.
I know he knew. I mean, I'm asking who expects that
Little
question?
Little
We're supposed
brain
to be
freeze
talking
here.
Super
10
Bowl.
o'clock in the morning, you're asking him
We're talking
geography
Super
quiz.
Bowl, and I'm going, give me the 5 like it's Jeopardy, But I just love.
Well, I tell you, like I'm not making any
it.
excuses, but like I took a red eye back from San Francisco to Philadelphia on Friday night, landed Saturday morning. My house is flooded. Went to see my house, see the damage. Then I jumped on a plane and flew 5 hours later and flew back to Los Angeles and worked at the Super Bowl pregame show and the day after breaking it down, and then flew back to Miami yesterday.
Oh,
So it's just like been crisscrossing the country.
Wow.
Wait, where's the water at?
So I have this crawl space, right? Where every house has a crawl space. So my crawl space, I had a lady come in and create this vision room for me with all this stuff in my office downstairs.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
And
I
so
love that.
The crawl space was all blocked up with this vision room. And so the water was just slowly seeping through the cement block in the wall and into the basement floor. So they got to cut the whole basement floor out, cut the whole crawl space out, the whole wall, and then dry it all out, fix the pipe, dry it out, and then rebuild the whole thing.
Oh, that's far.
Are you saying a vision room?
Yeah, it's awesome.
What is a vision room?
He showed it to me. It's awesome.
Well, I have a big wall, and it's sort of like it's sort of out there in the middle of space, and you could create your own vision for what you want to create, and so there's all these little templates that sort of tie into what I want to do in this world. So like they're all sort of included in these walls and the lights and some of the things that are hanging up. So yeah,
Man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful too. She did a great job.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Let's talk about the game and wrap up the season.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Like, look, it just shows you time and time again how it's the trenches. It's the trend. The whole game. Seattle, McDonald's a great coach, but they wrecked the game on the line because Campbell couldn't block. Campbell just got
it wasn't
abused.
just that though. I mean, Will struggled the whole postseason. He's playing on a torn, ligament in his knee. Couldn't plant his left leg. But regardless, I mean, every blitz got home. Every blitz, like they knew exactly what the Patriots were doing. Like the game plan. I mean, you could say that Drake May was terrible and he wasn't good. They punted 8 straight times in a row. But regardless, they knew exactly every route combination. They just sat on top of it. And the blitzes, whether it was Witherspoon coming or Eamon Wari, like every blitz got home. They broke down the protections. They broke down the plays. And then their front just stopped the run game. So, and even up there, like the movement of how they get to their run fits and how they attack their run fits. I mean, the Patriots look like honestly, it was like the Seattle Seahawks were in the huddle and they knew every play they
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. What was your takeaway from being at the whole Super Bowl week and everything else.
I got the feeling, honestly, that there wasn't a big buzz about the game. Maybe some of it was Seattle. Maybe it was, are the Patriots really good? I know who they beat. They beat, you go through all the teams, the Chargers and the Texans and the Broncos, but nobody was really in love with this Patriot team. There's no Tom Brady. There's no, whether Mike Vrabel is, he's a good coach. But nobody was really in love with the game and even trying to figure out the matchups. So we spent a lot of time talking about a lot of other things, football and, other things, people hawking products, whatever. So I didn't feel like there was a big buzz for the game. I mean, I came out, as soon as the seedings came out on January 4th, that Sunday night, I said that Seattle's going to win this thing. Like they had to go through, now, the Rams gave them a good game, but San Francisco didn't challenge them. The Patriots didn't challenge them. They were an elite. Like they've drafted extremely well. Extremely well. John Schneider hasn't missed on any draft picks.
If you're in Buffalo, though, you got to be kicking yourself, dude. Like seriously, this was your year. It was just there for you. You had it. It's amazing. They keep the GM, right? Who you blew an opportunity. Like you blew a complete opportunity. Like I thought Sean was done dirty, but whatever. I just think this was your year to win it.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask you a question. Way back when you were at the pool and you had the premonition of who was going to be in the Super Bowl, who's going to win it, was it the Bills?
Yeah, it was the Bills. Like I said, it was going to be a team that's never won it before. I think that's the caveat.
Yeah.
The team that has never won it before. I thought this was going to be the year. Josh coming off the MVP, and the offensive line returned intact. And they added piece Joey Bosa. They drafted defensive linemen. They brought back Tre'Davious White. I thought they were locked and loaded to go do it. And so that was the team preseason. I said there's going to be a team that's never won it before that's going to win it, and that was Buffalo. And I thought it was theirs to be taken. I didn't see the Patriots coming up and overtaking them in the division, which they did, but still, I knew they'd get to the postseason. I thought the division is weak. Jets were a mess. Miami was a mess. Like I just thought it was paved. It was paved to go.
Yeah, and that's why I get on Brandon Beane, because how could Brandon Cooks, who you got off the streets, be Josh's favorite target down the stretch? Like he didn't do enough, man. You didn't surround him with real weapons.
It's funny. So I'm in the gym at the hotel in San Francisco, and I see this guy working out, and I know he's a player, but I don't know who he is. So, but there's other people in there, so we're like, kind of, bumping into each other back and forth. And he finally comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Baldy, I just want to let you know I love your stuff." And I'm like, and so who am I talking to? It's DeMar Hamlin.
Wow.
Right? Unbelievable. He's from Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh. He's McKees Rock, right? Pennsylvania, Central Catholic High School. But a great guy. So I asked him about the play that, everybody talked about after that Buffalo. And I'm like, Brandon Cooks, what'd you think? And he goes, this is his answer. All right, now this is a Buffalo Bill saying this. He goes, catch the ball. Come up, catch the ball and show the ball. Like that was his answer. And I thought, how about if everybody just said that? Just catch the ball. Like forget about this slow motion, stopping it, freeze framing it, all this stuff about, Jaquan McMillan coming up with it. Like just catch the ball. That's your job. He put it all on Brandon Cooks. I thought that was pretty strong.
Guess what? I think he's dead right. You're right.
I told him, I told DeMar, I said, damn, DeMar, I wish I would have come up and said that. Because that's exactly right. Just catch the ball.
Yeah.
Don't let somebody strip it out of your hands.
Yeah. No, I can't argue with that. All right.
Hey, before we move on from that game, Baldy, I just read a thing yesterday with the Witherspoon of Seahawks saying they had to tell on the guards and tackles how they set up, and there was overset on certain rushes, and they knew that they would fall for any certain moves from a group of the guys in the Seahawks that would get after them, and it worked out for them. Is that a common thing where you'll get tells on offensive line setups, and you can exploit them defensively?
Absolutely. Oh, no question. I used to do a show called Film Sessions, and I'd bring a player, I mean, a good player. Most of them were Pro Bowl players. We'd go in the film room. We would, you know, sit in with Eric Hendricks or whoever it was, Jamal Adams, and I would pull plays and we would talk about the play, and they'd read the stance or what they did on third downs, and they all have like these little tips. But I talked to some people in Seattle, and they're like, this was as easy an offense to defend. We knew the plays that were coming.
Wow.
So, I mean, people were saying that about the Eagles this year. Like, it's just way too predictable, And so that's not uncommon, VG, to have players get those type of tips. And Spoon's like basically the quarterback of the whole defense. He's the smartest guy on that team. And so he's just really, really, not only does he play fast, but he's a really sharp guy.
All right. Let's bring it close to home. All right. So take a step back. You've had a chance to digest this whole thing. You look at the coaching staff, Stout out. Here's Mannion, right? Here's Grizzard. Here is Mahaffey as your new O-line coach.
Cooper, right? Isn't Cooper the offensive line coach?
Cooper's coming as a quarterback coach.
Cooper's coming as a quarterback coach?
No, he's offensive line.
Wait, Cooper's the O-line?
They don't have a quarterback coach yet.
No, well, who's Mahaffey's the
run game coordinator.
The run game coordinator. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Run game coordinator. Right.
Okay.
Cooper's the O-line. Mahaffey's the run game coordinator. My bad. They're still looking at a quarterback's coach.
Okay.
So how does this thing, in your eyes, like, did they address it? Like, how is this going to work?
I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, Josh Grizzard, comes from a different background than Sean Mannion. So they got to marry their ideas together to come up with whatever the game is, whatever the offense is going to be. Chris Cooper comes from a different place. And so, he's a former player and hasn't been coaching all that. I mean, everybody's got kind of a thin resume.
Yeah.
But Clint Kubiak doesn't have the greatest resume. Obviously his dad was a great coach, all the Shanahan tree. But I don't know what tree is going to be. Matt LaFleur. Like, I don't know what the offense is going to be. I don't know how it's going to work. Like, it's all new ideas, young guys. All right, good. Lane Johnson told me the other day, like, he's open, to whatever they want to do. Like, I'm pretty sure he's coming back. But he's open to listening and being coached and what they have to say and what they have to do. So it's going to be a big departure. The key is, when those guys stand up in front of the room, do they have everybody's attention?
Yeah.
And are they going to listen and follow and go, this is what we're looking for. I mean, it doesn't take long to listen to Clint Kubiak. He had the number one offense in football the first 2 weeks last year in New Orleans, and then the offensive line fell apart, and it collapsed. But they were scoring 40 points a game the first 2 weeks. The offense is really, really good, and they do a lot of stuff, in Seattle. I got to see what Sean Mannion's going to do. I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a strong emphasis on running the football, but how are you going to do that? What kind of runs? Is it a one-back set? Is it a two-back set? I don't really know. Is it tight end? Is it tight end, dominant? 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. If that's the case, they need some blocking tight ends. So what is the philosophy going to be? Because that's what's going to drive their draft in their free agency. And so they got to be very declarative with that to Howie in the front office and all their scouts right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We had Jeff McClain on yesterday, and it was funny. We were talking about, because the guy that's going to affect the most is Jalen, right? Like, it's quarterback, right? So,
sure.
So we're making the point that, it's a completely different offense. You're going to have to work more on your fundamentals, your footwork. Your 3-step drops got to be 3, not 2.5. Like, you got to get buttoned up.
Mm-hmm.
So you make that point, and social media people were like, "What are you talking about? He won a Super Bowl MVP," and you just want to let people know that. Listen, he won in a certain style of offense. And now there's a transition to a completely different style. So I think he's got to be open to,
Totally.
embracing it and doing the things you need to do so you can be successful in it.
No, I totally agree. Look, I mean, 2 years ago, they run their way to the Super Bowl. They run it 725 times. After that loss to Tampa in week 4, they averaged 21 passes a game. Now, nobody else is winning a Super Bowl running it, throwing it 21 times a game in this world right now. Seattle isn't. Nobody is. Kansas City isn't. So, but and they didn't turn the ball over, and the defense took it away, and it really was very complimentary. And Saquon had, one of the great years by running back we've ever seen. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to be their plan. So, how do you factor in a guy that has a particular way that he sees the field? He's not going to get any faster in the run game. He's just not. Nobody is. At some point, you become a pocket quarterback. I just saw Mike Vick the other day. He had to learn how to not just take off with it the way Jalen did with success early in his career. And so there's a great deal that I think if the Eagles are going to be successful, Jalen has to buy in. It's going to have to start with him. And the idea that he's going to push back against Patullo or Brian Johnson or somebody, I don't think that's the right way to do it, even though he's got some gravitas being in 2 Super Bowls and being the MVP. I don't think that matters at this point. He's got to buy in, because if he doesn't buy in, nobody else is going to. So it's got to start with him. And I do believe he's going to be very conscientious about studying the playbook and the terminology and some of these things. And he might have to be convinced that this is the right, way, this pre-snap, whatever it is, reads and motions. Let's face it, this league right now is dominated by Shanahan and McVay. Their offenses are dominant. And if you talk to defensive coordinators that are up at night trying to figure this stuff out, it's from those 2 trees. All right, so that's real. Now, whether Sean Mannion adopts a great deal of that or not, I don't know. But Clint Kubiak is the son of Gary Kubiak, who played for Mike Shanahan, and he took the entire thing with him.
Yeah.
To Houston, in different places that he went, and his son learned that stuff. But that's the 2 dominant offenses in his business right now.
I'm with you, buddy. All right. So we'll talk to you, I guess on Friday before you leave. I think you're leaving
Let's do
Saturday.
Friday before we leave.
Yeah.
I'll study up on a little bit more on my turkey trips, which I basically ignored until, maybe today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you have to let your mind wander. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Because
I have no preconceived
I
notions about
can't
anything.
wait to find. I mean, it's going to be an incredible journey. You in Constantinople. I mean, are you kidding me?
I remember one time, I've been to Istanbul twice. Once I was there with my mom and my sister and her kids. We were there maybe 20 years ago, maybe longer. And then I stopped there on my way to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I had a layover in Istanbul. So 3-hour layover. And I remember I was okay, I'm going to go find the best Turkish bath I can.
Oh, wow.
Just a great steam room. So I remember I left the Istanbul airport, jumped in a cab, and I went to this steam room. It was I didn't want to leave. It's just, they got all these different baths, temperatures, saunas, steam, the whole thing. It was awesome, man.
Oh my God!
Turkish bath. Everybody should have it.
Can you get?
I got to rebuild my house. I might build a Turkish bath in my basement. After this thing is done.
You got to do it. Now, this is going to be amazing. I just can't. I'm just looking at it now. Just the culture.
Can you get tequila over there, Baldy?
They have what's that stuff that's illegal here that they have? They have over in Prague. What's that drink in Prague? It makes you hallucinate.
Absinthe?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I might find something like that.
Nice.
It's a good, solid hallucinogenic.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be awesome. Baldy does Istanbul.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
On a hallucinogenic.
I want to do a film. I want to do
I
a
want to be in
short.
an underwater cave under the Hagia Sophia, drinking a hallucinogenic, and I want to
All
see
right,
what
do me
comes
a
to my
favor. Get your girl to film you as much as possible. All right,
mind.
and then I want to do
I'm going to do a breakdown, cuz, on the bridge that goes from Europe to Asia.
yeah.
Because
Nice.
we're crossing two continents. We're connected. We're connecting two continents over a bridge. I will do a breakdown on top of that bridge.
I love it. I love it. But
Yeah.
I want to do a short, like a film short of you, like in a cinematic way.
Maybe black and white.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I don't know.
Maybe I'll just have one of those, like those Magellan hats on. You know, one of those explorer hats.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You know,
awesome.
like I'll have to find some outfit.
All right, we're gonna come out with something on Friday. We'll figure it out. All
Okay.
right, my brother.
All right, guys.
We
I'll
love
talk to you Friday.
Here he
See
is.
you, buddy.
Here he is. Baldy. Nobody better.